Back here in the U.S., congressional leaders are still at odds over the government shutdown. Each side blames the other for the impasse. This is thousands of federal employees are working without pay and others are bracing for possible termination. Here's ABC's Alex Perche.
Tonight, 5 days into the government shutdown, the Trump administration's preparing to follow through on a threat to start mass layoffs and make permanent federal spending cuts in an attempt to pressure unwavering Democrats.
President Trump and Russ Vought are lining things up and getting ready to act if they have to, but hoping that they don't.
President Trump has already frozen federal funds for projects in 16 states that voted blue in the last election. Democrats have drawn a red line on health care, unwilling to fund the government unless Republicans repeal cuts to Medicaid and extend Affordable Care Act subsidies. Republican leadership has signaled a willingness to negotiate on health care, but only if Democrats agree to reopen the government first. The blame game, however, is bipartisan.
I don't care about the blame game. I care about Americans losing their health insurance, rates of death going up, hospitals being crushed, medical services ending in places in rural America. This is a tsunami of Donald Trump's creation.
The reason the government is closed is because Chuck Schumer and 43 of his Democrat colleagues in the Senate have decided now to vote multiple times to keep the government closed.
A new poll from the Washington Post found 47% of Americans blame President Trump and Republicans for the shutdown, compared to 30% who blame Democrats. But a large swath of Americans, 23%, remain undecided on the issue. Roughly 4 million federal workers could go without a paycheck during this shutdown. Workers like Omar Algeciras, who was furloughed from his job at the Department of Labor last week.
One of the biggest concerns isn't so much today, tomorrow, but it's what's going to happen in 2 weeks after we receive our next paycheck.
Well, and Linsey, in places like Atlanta, they're preparing for this shutdown to continue. The city will start to offer free parking and meal vouchers to TSA agents, part of that group of federal workers forced to work without a paycheck during the shutdown. Linsey?
Alex Perche for us. Thank you.